Hello. I feel refreshed, a little coffeeed up. I don't think I'm going to go for too much longer. Got a bit of an early morning tomorrow, and it's already getting a bit late, so probably go for a few more hours in this stream here. Try and get the ship like space worthy, as much as I make anything space worthy. Which is something that's going to function and fly. We'll work on tidying it up later. Like, at the moment, yeah, the predominant thing that I really want to get is, like, I wanted to finish these thrusters off, but I can't do that. Oh, we still haven't put backwards thrusters on here, so... But, yeah, I think that's the perfect spot right there for them. I'm not going to add them on right now because there is no point. None of these I can weld up because, unfortunately, when we lost all those cargo containers, tragically lost all those cargo containers and created a big crater up there on the ridge about half a kilometer away. I think I lost a significant amount of the thruster components that I had, and I had nowhere near enough platinum refined. But not to worry. What I have planned is, setting up the conveyor tube that I'm going to run across here, and roughly to where I want the front of the ship to be. I'm just going to roughly lay it out to start with. I'll use in fact, what I'll do, like, just to try and maintain a little bit of consistency with it, is, I'm just going to use... I don't want to use these blocks, and I don't really want to put too much effort into a rough outline. Like, these I will put as heavy armor blocks, not heavy armor, or later on this is going to be glass here. But kind of what I want to do is taper it up a bit. So thinking about how I want to do that, I think I might just go on 45 degrees. I'm not going to go for too steep a thing, because trying to stuff around with windows on any angle other than 45 degrees, yeah, it can be done, but I struggle. So, I mean, I might look at it later on, because put a much steeper angle and have a long sloping glass cockpit. I think that'd look really cool. So I might try fiddle about with the 3x2 windows or something like that, or even the 3x3 windows, depending on how wide we are. And yeah, bring it into a little bit more of a pointy front. Like, make it look like, yeah, this is all for looks. How the top and bottom part, or there's going to be a lower deck where I'm going to have all of the other stuff connected up. What am I looking for at the moment? I'm looking for steel plate. I'm getting a little bit distracted with spinning a yarn about what we're going to be getting up to. So dump these in here, pick up these. But yeah, at the moment, I'll weld these up so that way, and also arrange the piston in such a way that, like, the piston will be mounted to these rather than just off of the, what do you call it? Just off the conveyor tube, because the conveyor tube is going to get annihilated, like, most likely if I do it that way. And I'd really rather not have to do that or deal with that. So I'm using heavy armor blocks here because I accidentally picked the wrong thing. So, and I don't really care all that much. But what I do want to do is keep this in line so it lines up later on, and it looks like it is. So I think we're all good with that. So yeah, we go back to our heavy armor block. Go back, that one there. What I would like to do at some stage is actually have a ship skinned in heavy armor, and see if that's going to be more durable, like more postal pilot survivability sort of business going on. Oh, what am I doing? Finally, I'm having a moment. I struggle with this so bad sometimes. So yeah, this is not what it's going to be like at the end. We're still controlling from our control seat up the front here. So, oh Jesus, really? What sort of tool am I? Space tool. It's like not. Hey, you know, whenever somebody calls me a tool, at least I can say, well, at least I'm useful. It's more I can say about you. Oh, how old are you? It's like, it's not as old as you, the paper says. You're only as old as the woman you're feeling. That's inappropriate too. So? I did tick the not for kids box, so... If you do have a problem with this, please direct your aggression towards all the people that like to complain about things and created the nanny state for us all to currently reside in. I am really loathsome of the Australian nanny state, so like I'm never going to get over it unless something drastically changes, and that's about as likely to happen as any of our politicians in Australia growing a pair of nuts. In fact, like, because the majority of them are blokes, and they all sit there and they talk big, but when it comes down to the crunch, what do they got? Like, yeah, there's been some very entertaining things happen between a YouTuber and the former Premier of New South Wales, who I'm not going to name because I don't want to get involved, but I heard about that story with him, and I feel for the guy. And actually, I feel for Google and YouTube as well, because I think that they were unfairly treated in that particular situation. And, you know, like, I think it's ridiculous. It's like, that guy was laughing all the way to the bank. Got his money out of the situation. And he'll tell you he earned it, because he seems like the type. But yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sure that it'll come up somewhere. So this is going to make it hopefully a lot stronger, with the pistons still coming out the front. This is how it's going to look in the long run as well. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do the floor, but yeah. Anyway, I'm not involved in that situation personally, so I shouldn't really say anything about it. But I'm entitled to an opinion, which is quite literally all this is. So, and I'm not actually representing any of the details pertaining to the matter in question, but I am allowed to express my disdain for the particular outcome that ended up transpiring. So, but yeah, I'm not a legal professional. I may have read a few law books, but that doesn't qualify me for giving any sort of legal advice. So if you take anything I say seriously, it probably doesn't apply to you, and you're going to get butthurt, something wicked, if you try to use anything I say to get yourself out of a bind. So don't do that. And if you do that, please don't come whinging to me about it, because ultimately at the end of the day, here's your warning. Anything I say is purely anecdotal. Like, it should never be taken as anything other than that. Because otherwise you're going to end up probably incarcerated. You never do what I do. There's a lot of things I wish I hadn't done myself. Like, I'm not getting smart with you, officer. It just seems that way because I'm standing next to an idiot. Don't ever say that. When are you going to grow up? When are you going to get smarter? I'm just trying to stoop to your level, mate. Don't say that. That's a good way to end up getting locked up for... Oh, sorry, detained for questioning. Which is basically, you stay in lockup until they feel like letting you out. Like, and yeah, if you get locked up on a Friday night, then you have to wait until a magistrate can go and hear what they have to say about you, and they'll end up charging you with some sort of ridiculous offense, like, I don't know, like, what's some of the most ridiculous? Or jaywalking. Like a friend, actually, a guy I know, I remember when I was like in the early days of the punk band and stuff, we had a guy wander over. We had a caravan park not too far away from us, and like where we used to rehearse in, like my mate down the road's garage. Like this is way back in the day, like garage punk band days sort of thing. And yeah, like this guy just comes wandering over because he could hear us playing, and I thought we were going to get told off, and he goes, nah, well, I used to be a semi-professional musician back in the UK. And I was like, and you thought this was good? Have you actually listened to it? You know, because it was pretty ordinary in my very honest opinion. Like we were not very good. The singing was out of key, the playing was out of time, it was fast, it was loud, and that's about all it had going for it. You know, we were, you know, teenagers just thrashing about. We ended up doing quite a few shows too, which was surprising. Had a CD. Like, that was also surprising. Buggered if I can remember how to play any of that stuff now though. And I don't have any of the CDs anymore either, which is also unfortunate. But yeah, that was still a fun band. I do miss playing in that band. I remember how to play the guitar parts roughly, so that's what I used to play in it. But I need steel plate. Of course I need steel plate. Yeah, that dude, his name was Fraser. And yeah, like I remember having beers with him at the Wanneroo Tavern. Like we entered a band contest and we won because we played to the crowd. We didn't win because we were better than anybody else. And what they ended up doing was overruling it, which they rightfully did, and giving the prize to a band, like the band that played last, because they were just 1,000 times better than us. They actually, every band that played there, except for one band, was enormously better than us, and they all should have won. But we played to the crowd. Like that's our only strength, or the only strength I've ever had is I play to the crowd. I do what the crowd wants, as far as like I'm an entertainer. I don't do it for personal gratification of having written a song or anything like that, or any other sort of wanky thing that I've heard some people come out with. I'm there for, like, I get a kick out of entertaining the audience. Like, you know, if I can get a laugh, or can get people dancing or jumping around or whatever, you know, then I've done my job properly. Doing originals and covers, like, made no difference to me. It was always the same thing. It's like, you know, if I'm there at a venue playing, then I want people to enjoy it, and I'll tend to enjoy it more. So yeah, Fraser comes wandering over, and he's the guy that got arrested for evading the police, because like he came over from the UK and he was staying at the caravan park, and he goes, yeah, you never guess what happened to me the other night. And I said, what? And he goes, I got arrested and ended up at East Perth lockup for 3 days. And I was like, why? And he goes, you guys have got this stupid law called jaywalking. If you cross the road at the wrong time, the police will come up and tell you off for it. And it's like, yeah, cops are pretty anal about that, especially in the city. Like, because, you know, they got nothing better to do than, you know, harass people that are half cut walking around. Especially, like, he was a tourist, so he didn't know what was going on. Bit unaccustomed to the local laws, and whatever happened to the, yeah, fair go, mate. You know, we used to have that sort of mentality in Australia. And also the speed limit's all dropped in Perth, and you can't crawl faster. You can actually crawl faster with your dick than the traffic moves through Perth. So, yeah, like, you got no risk of getting hurt, like, especially wandering around, like, at night or whatever. So, yeah, he crosses the road, and the cop calls him over. He goes, "Oi, mate, you come over here for a second." He goes, "Yeah, no worries." And so he's having a chat with the cop. And the cop says to him, "Yeah, do you realise you just crossed the road when the red man was flashing?" He's like, "Oh yeah, sorry about that. Like, but there was no cars coming, so it's all good because I did look up the road and that." And he's like, "Yeah, nah, you can't do that, man. That's jaywalking. We're gonna have to write you up." And he goes, "Ah, yeah, good one, mate." And he starts walking away from the cop, thinking the cop was taking the piss. And the cop's like, oi, come back here." And he's like, "Yeah, nah, good one. You got me. Yeah, all right, fair go. I'm just gonna get on with me night." And the cop's like, "No, you can't walk away." Next thing you know, he gets himself handcuffed and taken over to Perth, and they put him in East Perth. Being a Friday night, they put him into East Perth lockup, where he stayed there until Monday morning, where he could go before the magistrate, and they let him out. And yeah, did him for time served for jaywalking. So he didn't cop a fine or anything. He just had to spend 3 nights in jail and ended up getting a criminal conviction for evading the police. And it's like, what sort of bullshit's that? Yeah, now it's like, you know, he's a tourist with a criminal record because some cop was just being a bit of a jerk. It's like, really? And this actually happens. Like, this sort of shit. And I don't know whether that cop was just a guy with a bug up his ass or what, but, you know, this guy, Fraser, he was a, you know, he seemed like a good guy to us, you know, like he was just a tourist, really, you know, and yeah, he might have been a bit unaware, and he thought the cop was taking the piss because, you know, you Australians, you kind of have a bit of a lend with people that don't know what's going on. It's like, like, most Australians, yeah, that's true, but you always got that one asshole that doesn't like to be lumped in the rest of the crowd. The rotten apple that spoils the bunch, so on and so forth, and you give that man a badge and a gun, pair of handcuffs, he's going to get kinky with you. Especially if you start talking back to him in a way that he feels is inappropriate for this environment. I've been there and heard that story before. Like the 7 deadly swear words, technically you're allowed to say them. You're just not allowed to say them over the telephone. There's actually a different set of laws that govern that, which is odd because I don't know how many times I've been called all sorts of various things over the telephone by various people. Anyway, oh, that's right, I need an ore detector out that way somewhere. Let's get onto that, because that would get to be mildly irritating to forget. Let's just stick it out the top here for the time being. Yeah, I can't believe the absurdity of some of the things like I've had friends go through. Like, it's like, oh, we're just mucking around, mate. Nothing serious. Nobody got hurt. No, but you never think about the consequences. Like, oh no, we did. And we thought that no one was going to get hurt. And sure enough, we were right. It's like, nope, you're acting with a reckless disregard for your own safety. And it's like, so? We're not allowed to do that. Just like it's a criminal offence to attempt suicide. And it's like, I'm only hurt myself. It's like, what are they going to punish you if you succeed at it? What are they going to do? Give you a different crematorium or a different box to be put in or something like that? Who knows? Who cares? Ultimately, every single human has the same destination, and I think some people fail to take that into account. We are all going through the same thing. So nobody's better than anybody else to stop acting like it. Although some people are a little less than some other people as far as their attitude towards other people. Like, having heard what some people say about, or the way that they treat other people, I think makes them categorically bad humans. So, that drives me around the bend as well. But yeah, what are you gonna do? You know, you can't fix some of those things. Anyway, let's fire it up. See how we go. Like, we're 3 million kilos, so we are still a little heavy, but we got those big ion engines on. We want to go to that ice rock. Oh, and also we want to go and pick up a whole boatload of platinum and some gold, so I know a pretty good spot for that. That I'll add in, where I can pick up gold, platinum, silver, and some other various things. No, the perfect spot. But yeah, we'll hit up the ice, the big ice block first. We'll fill up on that, and then we'll head over and we'll grab some various materials and probably scoop up a bit of uranium on the way back as well. Like, because it's always handy to have an excess of that. Like, if you don't, might run out of power, and then that's like another set of circumstances that you don't necessarily want to try to have to make contingencies for. But yeah, I think this is a much cooler looking shape. Big triangle, got the Aurora thing going on. Oh, we're too heavy for those 4 engines. Oh, that sucks. Oh, we're still at 1G though. Can we make it? Yes. Once we got those other 2 ion engines on, we're going to have plenty of thrust. I might actually stick another 2 hydrogen thrusters below those ones there, so I've got like 4 blowing out the back there, as well as the 2 ions. And I think that that's going to be, yeah, the final configuration for the way I'm going to set the engines up. Because I like to be able to fly out like this, because I don't have to worry about back thrust when I'm pointing straight up like this. Whereas if I just go using the bottom thrusters, or the gravity resisting ones, can, yeah, like the top ones will then fire up every time I back off. So this, I find an easier launch. But yeah, I think 6 is better than 4. I was wondering why I'm having a lot of trouble. It's like, yeah, we got very close to going backwards there. That is not the preferred direction to go. We got fuel for 254 days. That's amazing. Was the top number there. Wonder why it's bouncing up and down like that. Something's probably broken. $20 kilometers. Ugh. Nearly 20 Ks. So we've still got another 23 Ks to go. Hydrogen's getting pretty low. Yeah, probably should have stuck a camera on the front. I'm well aware of this. Like, even though I don't want to use the camera there, like, I'm gonna have to use the camera at the moment. So I might take out one of those angle blocks. The main reason why I put those there was just to work out where I wanted stuff placed, as well as that'll add for a little bit of strength. Like, only a little bit, because they're not welded up or anything. So anyway, if we go to our jump drive, because we can get that set up now, we want to go to the ice. Where are we? Space ice. Select that one. Once we get up to altitude, we're just going to jump straight there. We'll stick our camera on the front, and we should be good to go. Oh, we're going to also have to add our piston back into our toolbar somewhere. Unfortunately, I took off the ore spitter outer. Sorry, the waste ejector. I took out the ship's asshole. Okay. So yeah, now we're gonna have to use the colostomy bag, unfortunately. That's disgusting. I'm here to represent the people who have had issues and require colostomy bags. It's like, look, I'm not trying to make light of people that have had problems in the past. You can tell, in my time, I've had a lot of people whinge to me about something I've said, because I automatically know that something I say is going to upset somebody somewhere, and that's not the intent. Like, I feel sorry that you have to carry a bag of crap around with ya. Like, that's not a laughing matter. Like, personally, the only bags of crap that, like, I've ever seen people deal with, like, I didn't actually have anything to do with it, was usually bags of crap that were paper left on someone's doorstep and set on fire. Now, that's not my thing to do. Like, I'm not about to go shitting in a bag or going and following around after a dog. That's just not something I care to do, but I do know other people that have chosen to take that form of recreational activity. I thought it was funnier, like, watching someone try to shit in a bag because he thought it would be more effective with a human byproduct than an animal one. Because, you know, PETA. Don't want to use animal products. It's like, oh, what? So you're just going to go and take a Duke in a bag and light it on fire, and you're leaving DNA evidence, man. Do you think they'll check it? It's like, yeah, they're going to fucking DNA swab a flaming shit bag. That would be funny though. It's like, I'd like to present the evidence to the court from the flaming bag. We recovered DNA evidence from the excrement inside. It would be so funny listening to a lawyer read that shit out in court. Oh man, I'd love to watch something like that. That'd be a lot more entertaining than the crap you see on Judge Judy. Not that I have anything against Judge Judy. Some of that shit was pretty funny, but... In the defense. Now these boys, they didn't really mean anything by it. Well, yeah, they did. See, we don't really tend to do that sort of stuff in Australia because, like, we are taught from a very young age, like, do not start fires, because even as a child you'll end up in the child jail because, like, fires kill people quite frequently here. Like, we have very long, hot, dry summers. So anything that grows on the ground that doesn't have roots and can reach like water very deep down, it dies. Just like everything else in Australia tries to kill you, plants die all the time and just leave plant corpses all over the floor or ground. And those things love going up in a lot of smoke with the red hot stuff, wanting to eat everything, including you, your car, your kids, all the native wildlife nearby. So yeah, don't like fires in Australia. It's like you're not even allowed to use an angle grinder outside. Like I don't know how many times I've accidentally set fire to my back lawn because water restrictions. Back lawn always ends up dead, and I've set fire to my back lawn making knives and stuff like that when I was into doing that for a while. Oh. I was actually over at my parents' house and I was making up something. I was cutting a piece of metal with the angle grinder and I set fire to their backyard as well. Because that, like, we just have dead grass everywhere because you're not allowed to water your lawn. You see anybody with a green lawn, they'll try to tell you, oh, I've got a bore. It's like, yeah, but you're still watering way more than you should be. 10 minutes every 3 days in a friggin' basically arid country. You would have thought they would have come up with a better solution than telling everybody, yeah, don't use the water. It's like, I'm sure the place would be a lot more... There'd be a lot more rain if we had a lot more plants putting moisture up in the air. And we'd have a lot more plants doing that if we could actually water the damn things. But no, I'm trying to use common sense, reason and logic in an absurd scenario. Politicians who run the show, they know better than me. So what would I know? Well, if you don't like it, you can always go somewhere else. And it's like, how? I live in the most isolated capital city on the planet. It's not like I can freaking walk there. It's like you can't walk out of Perth at all. It's like the nearest town is like hundreds of kilometers away. Like you could walk from the beach towards the hills and then keep walking up the hill and over a bunch of hills and you're still inside Greater Perth. Like about 40-50 k's. I was pointing at it. Anyway, Perth is enormously spread out. They're trying to change it. I've seen some of the ways that they've been trying to do that, where they're trying to make it all apartments and stuff like that. I think it's a bad idea personally. Hey, why am I drifting? Okay, camera's going there. I don't really have a lot of time, patience, or tolerance for anybody with a belief that they have any kind of authority that should be assumed over anybody else, like whether it's the police or a politician or sheriff, which I didn't even know was a real thing in Australia until I had to deal with the sheriff's office. Assholes they are. Opinions, not necessarily facts, and I'm not naming names, so if you're a sheriff, don't come like looking for me, because I really don't. I don't want to know you. You're an ignorant, like, okay, in my opinion, you blindly and ignorantly follow an idiot, as far as I'm concerned. So, yes, I have contempt of court, because what the fuck has it ever done for anyone I know, care about, or anything that matters to my life? All you've done is just persecute me in a very negative way when I have done nothing wrong. You've done nothing to help me. So, anyway, I should not rant about those sorts of things, because why should anybody else really give a fuck when they've probably got their own problems to deal with as well, as far as that sort of stuff goes. But yeah, like the next time I end up in court, which, you know, it's an inevitability with me these days. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to deal with a contempt of court thing. And it's like, of course I've got contempt of court. Let me explain why and how you guys have failed me. And then we'll see how much contempt they have for themselves after that. It's like, you incompetent. Excuses for humans. Anyway, I'm not being negative, being honest. If you don't like it, maybe you should have looked at a different line of work, because most people that don't like that are people involved in that particular system. It's only really designed to propagate itself. Now, we don't have lawyers in Australia, we have extortionists. You can pay me a lot of money, or you're going to go and get somewhere where you're going to get raped, or we're going to take all your shit off you. That's the way it goes, whether it's the family law court or the criminal law court or whatever. It's one or the other. We're going to take all your shit off you unless you pay us lots of money. Or, you know, we're going to take all, like, we'll take all your shit off you, or we're going to take your freedom away from you. Whether you've done something wrong or not, it's irrelevant. If you don't have adequate representation, is the way they word it, you're not allowed to represent yourself in Australia, because you can't have inadequate representation and be tried. So if you do try to represent yourself, what the prosecutor will say is, yeah, we feel that this person has inadequate representation, and then you get an incompetent lawyer come and represent you. And because they've passed a test somewhere and they have absolutely zero fucks to give, they can be incompetent and yet deemed competent by the magistrate or what have you. So yeah, I call them extortionists, because you literally pay for what you get with that. And I think that they are horrible people, and it's a horrible set of rules, you know. There's a lot of rules that we just shouldn't have, such as crossing the road when there's no cars coming, but there's a flashy light that someone's unaccustomed to, and ending up in jail for 3 days, charged for evading the police. That's absurd to me. Especially considering there was no criminal intent behind it, and it was not even a traffic infringement. Like, it was a pedestrian infringement initially. But I digress. I can't remember whether it was this one or the last one where I was telling a story about Fraser getting done for jaywalking. Whoa. Anyway, we're gonna eat up lots of this ice. Fill up as much as we can. Then we'll head over to the other place. The other place being the gold, silver and platinum place that I want to go and check out. Because yeah, like, we lost a fair bit of that when I had to go and drop those cargo containers. It's quite unfortunate. A lot of thruster components went bye-bye. Oh, I'm starting to feel a bit tired. It's odd. Try not to do anything stupid before I end the stream. checking the time. Yeah, see, we haven't been running that long in this stream. But yeah, it's been a little bit of an odd day. Like, I had to cut them short a couple of times because I had a few things to do. Drive my son around to and from work. And yeah, like normally he lets me know when he's working and stuff and whether or not he wants to get picked up. And I just didn't know what times he was doing everything, so that made it a little bit unscheduled. Okay, let's check our inventory. Because if we totally fill up on ice, because I know that we've got a lot less space now. But that being said, like, we're gonna end up like using some of it up. We've still got a couple of empty containers. Fill them up with ores. But we also want to make sure that we're not way too heavy on the way down. So that's also something that we're gonna have to bear in mind. But yeah, let's have a look at getting these other various ores. Definitely gonna try and maximize this, or not so much maximize it, but yeah, gold, silver and platinum all in the same place. Score from current position. Oh, hang on, no, delete that. That's not the one I want. I want to new from clipboard. Aha. Okay. I'm pretty sure I hit. Oh no, I hit the drills one, not the retract pistons one. So that worked a lot better. Maybe it's because it needed more support. Who knows? Or maybe I was just being gentler, or maybe we're just less massive. So 62 k's away, we are still going to jump it because we can. Jump drive. Space. Gold, silver, platinum, select. Let's head over there. Just clear out a little bit. But 5 I want. Yes, sirree. So platinum is a significant one that we want, so... Oh yeah, that's right, we were pretty close to the gravity well here, but there is gold right there. So let's bust out the camera, send the pistol, I think that, yep, that looks like gold. Excellent. Marvelous. Just knock these rocks. Actually, that could be nickel. Oh, don't be nickel. Don't be nickel, don't be nickel, don't be nickel. Okay. That looks like that's going to be a pain to get into. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I know why I can't tell what it is yet. Because the ore detector is set at 75 meters. Platinum. Okay, we're going in. Clear the way. I don't want to have to end up dealing with this. Make sure you get all of it. Good. Well, that one hit a bit too hard. Yep, we're putting weight on. So yeah, I think we've definitely done something that's made our drilling rig a lot more robust. It's good news. Alright, this is probably the time that I should have been telling stories rather than trying to work out. Although I was doing the welding stuff, got that down pretty good. But yeah, there was times where, with this stuff here, I can just yammer on. I don't have to think about what I'm doing, I just have to make sure I don't break the drills. Also keep an eye on, make sure the numbers keep going up, otherwise... yeah, that means the drills are not drilling. Or they're not dumping, more to the point. But yeah, I'm having a little bit of a dead moment in me head. Can't think of any of the stories that I had to tell. Now would be the perfect time. I did have them written down, but yeah, then I'd have to hands would be off the controls, and I don't know, I think I'll prepare a little bit better next time. Maybe it's because I'm a little bit tired. Nothing springs to mind immediately, oddly. But you know, reiterating where we're the progress is, you know, there definitely is a need for doing what I'm doing now, because even if I was to have built a new ship from scratch, I was going to want to put the ion engines on, what I have done anyway, in much the same way. It's just when I first built the ship, I sort of had in the back of my mind an idea like this, and it seemed to fit a lot more easily after I had a good think about it, or a good look at it, more to the point. Didn't really think that hard, but yeah, considered that, yeah, refitting this one might be the better option. I think Marty might be a bit disappointed because he's like, I thought you were going to get rid of that thing. I don't think he's going to do that, but I just think it's funny to say it like that. Because yeah, I was going to get rid of it, but at the same time, it's well, do I really want to go through building all of the other support stuff around it? I did strip a lot out. It's significantly lighter, or at least it was, and yet I still wanted to do all the things that we're currently doing with it. Now, I did have a ship that was built in a similar manner on the other server, and the difference with that one was the engines were further over to the outside and didn't have inline engines. So what I could do with that was, you know, if I needed to extend it longer, I could just extend it longer up the middle, out the back. So, and that seemed to work pretty good. It's a shame that that ship's probably been completely destroyed now after the failures that of the faction leader over there, that postal character. Geez, I don't know, should have tried a little bit harder to try and maintain it. But yeah, once I lost that safe zone, it was everything started going to shit, and I just gave up trying to. It was oh, I don't know what to do. I'm not super, I'm a little bummed out because, you know, we had a pretty good thing going on there, but a lot of the people that had left stuff there, I was pretty much just guarding stuff, and I didn't know whether or not these people were going to come back. And it's It's a lot of effort to go and maintain a safe zone that big, because it was like, I think the safe zone was nearly 3. That's what caused the safe zone fail. So, and also I started up the stream, like felt like I was getting a bit stagnant over there. So that's the other reason why I wanted to do the stream, so that way I could do up the videos to help people out and stuff like that. Like, I suppose if they're going to be of any help to anybody as far as learning how to play the game, I'm going to have to edit out all the dopey stuff I've been saying. And make it a damn sight shorter, so that way people can find out specifically what they want to know about certain things. I think that'd be a pretty good goal and approach to take, because the information's there. It's just I ramble on about a lot of random tangential things. Maybe if I could put it in a more, well, a radio friendly format. No colloquialisms, a bit shorter, more to the point, direct, not explain everything 50 times like I tend to. But if you do have any advice or criticism, like, I am happy to listen to constructive criticism. I don't want to hear about what you've done with my mum or any of that stuff, because I really don't care. Like, what you do in your own time with whomever you want is your business. Like, I'm not about to pay for that sex tape, that's for sure, so keep that stuff to yourself. And also, that's nothing to brag about. Like, not dissing my mum or anything like that, but if you want to go and chase someone that's 21 years older than me, go to town, tiger. Like, she's not available though, she's still married to my dad. I know that's rare in this day and age, but so yeah, I don't think you're gonna really fare that much of a chance. So you can say what you like, I ain't gonna believe you. The yo mama jokes always make me laugh, because I think they're funny, and I think what's even funnier is when people get bent out of shape about it, because it's like, if you really believe that yo mama's an astronaut, or is it Woody Harrelson said it well in White Man Can't Jump? It's like, my mama's too drunk to be an astronaut. Mine's not too drunk, mine's too blind. Like, quite actually, literally. Ooh, look at that. Didn't even have to look too hard to find that one. Everybody's got their own shit to deal with. Whether you're blind or crippled or too drunk, not all of us are going to get the opportunity to be an astronaut. So I'm going to live in the simulation. I'm going to play space engineers and pretend to be an astronaut, because that sounds like a lot more fun than being a cripple. Are we still collecting stuff? Are we full, or did we break something? We broke something. Okay, fold up that piston head. What the hell was going on with that? That was a bit violent. Oh, come on, just take the damn parts. Oh, are you kidding? Of course I can't get them from there. Gotta get them from over here. No, can't do that either. Why not? Something else probably taking up. Oh, what the hell is going on? Why not? Ah, because I've already got a mountain of stuff. Okay. Fair enough, I'll let it slide. Okay, I didn't do that. I don't know what the hell happened there. I always hit escape. Okay. Oh, those doors are probably going to come out anyway, so I'm not going to bother with it yet. So 3. Let's back up a bit. And I go and hit it sideways again like a tool. Okay, so we got a bunch of platinum. Hang on a sec. Inventory. Drills are still full. Did I break them again? Better bloody not have. Turn my light on. What the freaking hell? Okay, there is some weird shit going on with this rock. Inventory. Drills empty. Yes. Just inside the gravity well of Earth here. 0.05 G. And I'm upside down, so all the blood's rushing my head. Maybe that's why I feel a little loopy. Oh, you can't feel a video game, you idiot. I know. I was being facetious. Feeling loopy because I'm a little tired. It's been a long day. It's like every day. It's a long day. You know, every day is the same length. Oh, what do you think that makes you smart? Saying stuff like that. Oh, very funny. No, I don't think I'm very smart at all. If I was, why the hell would I have made the decisions I did in my life? I'll tell you why, because it seemed like a good idea at the time. I was going to start off a web page called It Seemed Like a Good Idea at the Time, full of questionable life choices that literally did seem like that. Oh, that'd be entertaining. Ended up turning into a Facebook group for people to share relatable, well, you know, other experiences where they've gone and made questionable life choices in much the same way as what I did. Yeah, I got a story for you. There's these two. Okay, space engineer story. Right, when we were out on basic training, we had an incident where two of the young recruits, or trainees, yeah, they ended up getting killed in a foraging. Like we all got sent out to go and like basic survival training and stuff like that, where we had to go and camp out and live off the land, so to say. And so yeah, we all went out bush and we had tents and stuff like that, and we all broke up into pairs to see how we could go in like small group teamwork and stuff like that. And yeah, one time a couple of the guys didn't come back. Like, actually, I think they ended up sending out another person to go along with them, but that guy ended up coming back going, fuck, those guys are idiots, man. So yeah, we end up going out there, and yeah, one of the guys is all mangled up and beaten and shit, like just laying there on the ground, and one of the other guy's dead. They said, "What the hell happened, man?" And it's like, well, we were looking for food and stuff like that, and we came across a set of tracks in the ground. I'm like, okay. So how the fuck this happened? What? Like, we don't have bears here, man. What the fuck? There's nothing's giant's gonna eat you, and certainly not gonna belt the crap. And Bill says, I think they're kangaroo tracks. It's like, nah. They look like wild goat tracks. And we keep arguing like this backwards and forwards for about 20 minutes until we both get hit by a train. You just can't fix the stupidity of some people. But yeah, like basic training in Space Marine school helped to weed out those kinds of idiots. They let them out there on their own. They gave them the handbook, told them how to do stuff, and took all the warning labels off all their equipment. So that way, if they misused it inappropriately or accidentally got their old fella stuck in the bottle opener, then unfortunately it was probably going to fall off by the time the week was up. So at least that way they wouldn't necessarily reproduce. So just for future reference, yeah, like not that I've done it, but I have heard stories about some of the things that end up going and visit the hospital emergency room, as well as some of the things I've seen waiting in the hospital emergency room, like in the triage ward. Like, don't go sticking your wang. If you can fit it into something in one state, it doesn't mean it's going to not be in a different state, and it might get stuck there. Like, I remember hearing a story from a friend. Oh, actually, it was a guy I used to work with when I was working in engineering in the private sector, so to say, if we're still going to go with the whole space engineer bit. Like, I was his supervisor, and he's, we're all chatting about dumb stuff people have done and stuff like that, and we're all having a bit of a chuckle. And it turns out his missus, she used to work at RPH, like Royal Perth Hospital, like emergency ward. And it's like, my mum used to work there when, she was an enrolled nurse back in the day. Like, but she's got some interesting stories to tell. And he goes, she came back with this one. It's a gold story. Like, it's the most dumb thing I've ever heard of. I was like, yeah, what's that? And he goes, some guy came in to the emergency section, with his waiting tackle caught in the head of a sledgehammer, because he thought it was a good idea to try and have relations with it. And he got it in there and couldn't get it back out because all the blood had pooled up in a particular region. And we just look at each other and we just crack up laughing. Me and one of the other supervisors like, are you serious? And he's like, how'd they get it out? And it's like, well, they had to knead it out, and actually force all the blood back through. The only other thing that they would have been able to do is to actually drain it, and that wasn't going to stop more blood from end up going in there. They had to force the blood back the other way. And we're cracking up laughing. And he goes, that's not the best bit. The guy turned up there on a bus. So he had to walk or get to the hospital on public transport carrying this sledgehammer in a very unpleasant situation, in an unpleasant manner. And it's like, yeah, is that a sledgehammer in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? Oh, shut up, dickhead. Now, how ridiculous is that? It still makes me laugh to this day, like hearing that story, or like remembering the story that I was told about that. It's like, I'm glad I don't work in triage. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm a bit of an idiot and all that sort of stuff, but I'm not gonna come in with like all kinds of weird sexual things happen to me, because like that's just not me. And if that was me, I'd die trying to resolve that first than having to go into the hospital and say, yeah, can you help me remove this sledgehammer from around my my fun zone, so to say. These things happen, and not to me they don't. I've done a lot of things that probably weren't a good idea. I've never once thought of doing that. Like, we also had a saying, like, when I was working in engineering, it's like, okay, rule number one in this place is, like, I have all my fingers. Basically, if it's something that you wouldn't stick your dick in, don't stick your finger in it. Look at Jim over there. He's only got 9 fingers. He wasn't told that rule. I wonder if he's a full man still. But yeah, I ended up having a problem with I wanted to sack the guy after the incident took place. We had 3 10-ton, they're sort of like a cropper, or it could be used as a bender, but we had it set up as a cropper. But it also had a press on the side for like a punch, like a hole punch. And we set it up and get the labourers to use it, and it was difficult to get your fingers under it when it was set up properly. And all 3 of them were the same. And I say, okay, like when I was giving an induction, this is how you do this is how you do that, this is where you don't stick your fingers, there's a laser safety guard here, there's a whole bunch of other things. Okay, now, don't stick your fingers in here, you can't accidentally step on the foot pedal because there's a guard in the way, make sure the work's here, don't put your fingers here, so on and so forth. And he goes, yep, no worries. A few days later, pinches one of his fingers flat in one of them, because I said to him, yep, all 3 are the same, you treat them the same way. Now, he says to me, when we're filling out the incident report, I says, you realise you did exactly what I told you not to do? And he goes, yeah, that was on that one, you didn't tell me that all 3 of them were the same. I was like, I'm pretty sure I did. And he goes, no. From then on, I had to do the same 10-minute spiel on all the safety aspects of the 3 pieces of equipment that were identical, and it had all the same safety features 3 separate times. And I got asked, why does it have to be done 3 times? And it's like, because I couldn't sack somebody, and we had to do an insurance payout that cost us something like, I think at the time, a finger was $5,000 and a thumb was the thumb I think was $30,000 payment. So if he had gone and squashed his thumb instead, he would have got $30,000 instead of only $5,000 as a compo payment for losing a portion of his finger. Because that's all he was really after. He wanted a bit of a payout and then not have to work. It's like, oh, I was dark, man, because he took a 10-minute process and turned it into a half-hour process. And I had to do a lot of inductions like that. I swear, working as a supervisor, I felt more as a babysitter than I didn't supervise adults. I supervised children who were playing with, things that were trying to kill them. And yeah, this is why Australians don't really worry about snakes too much. We have idiots that are more likely to kill us. Like, oh yeah, how'd you end up with that scar on your head? Bill dropped a fucking beam on my head and now, like, I have a metal plate up there. Oh, well, the doctors put a metal plate in your head after you got a hole knocked into it. No, the metal plate's still in there. We're gonna get it taken out next Wednesday. Wednesday's pudding day. Okay, let's have a look and see what we got. Probably broken drills. I'm suspect. We got quite a lot of platinum there. Bit of silver, which is not super essential. It's the gold and the platinum is the big things I want. I think I might go and put a docking port on Marty's ship and connect up to that. So that way, I can use all of that stuff on his ship to help to refine it, because I got those I put those 8 refineries on there. As well as all of those other O2H2 generators. And also we are looking like we're pretty heavy. Yep, 7.5 million kilos. So let's head back to the Earth crater. I was gonna pick up some uranium. Let's have a look and see what our fuel level's like. 24, 465. Yeah, got plenty. Let's head back to the Earth crater. Now, we don't have an incredible amount of fuel at the moment, so I think we might just coast back and not jump back. We'll stay out of the gravity well. And that will give our O2H2 generators a bit of time to make sure that we're actually going to be able to land. So if you are watching this later on, what's the dumbest story you've ever heard of someone doing? That'd be a fun topic of conversation. Like, obviously, if you're watching this at some stage later on, I'd be interested to hear about it. Like, so yeah, just throw a comment out there. Like, anecdotal stories are how we learn as a species and help to progress us. Like, at least in theory, you know, learn from the mistake of the idiots that may have Darwined themselves for the benefit of society, so that way we can all learn. May sound a little bit dark and bleak and stuff like that, but it does seem like it is a little bit of a necessary part of the way things go. Now, I know not everyone necessarily believes that evolution is how things went about, you know, or like, to be honest, if it didn't happen in the last 40 something odd years and I can't remember it, then I can't say for certain whether or not it happened, but there does look like there is a lot of evidence to support the theory. So I'm just throwing that out there. Again, taking the agnostic approach with that. I don't know, because I wasn't there. But, you know, I can have a look and take a guess. I look around at all the stuff that I see, and as I guess, I'd say, yeah, that seems plausible. As far as, you know, the changes in particular species over time, like Darwin's experiences on the Galapagos Islands, for example, was pretty interesting, I thought. What he wrote about it quite some time ago. Again, I don't know. I wasn't around in Darwin's day. Been to Darwin though. Interesting place. Named after good old Charles. But yeah, have you ever known a Darwin Award recipient or nearly become one yourself? I know that I probably should be a Darwin Award winner, because I don't know how I've survived some of the dumb stuff I've done over the years. Well, I suppose God protects fools and drunks, and I was both usually at the time, so maybe that is evidence for a deity of some sort or another. A drunk fool being protected by... Well, there are other explanations as to being a drunk fool and surviving like sort of circumstances. Your body tends to be a little bit more limp and relaxed upon taking a severe impact, which is really unfortunate, because like sometimes you see a drunk fool wipe out a family of people doing the responsible thing, and they walk away with minor cuts and abrasions. Hardly seems fair to me. But, you know, the world is what it is. We live in a world of double standards, where, you know, certain people can go and have an island and have rich and famous people go there, rich, influential people go there and do all sorts of unspeakable things, and we're not allowed to know about it, not allowed to investigate it, not allowed to talk about it. And I think I've already said more than I really should about it. But those sorts of people, I wish the world was a fairer place. I'm going to definitely say something like that. And I really hope that all the despicable things that they did to people get done to them. Mainly the deprivation of liberties kind of thing. But I really wish that my name is Earl was more correct and karma was a real thing, because I didn't deserve all the things that happened to me from the people that did it to me. But they deserve to have all those things done back to them by somebody. And I'm not about to dish it out, but at the same time, karma would be nice. I suppose there's some solace in believing in consequences of an afterlife then. From that perspective, I could understand that sort of a mentality. Like going on a philosophical tangent, sitting here looking at the universe, staring at the stars, just cruising through, trying not to plummet to my doom. Like making sure I got enough fuel so I don't plummet to my doom, I should say. And yeah, it's like, the whole concept of there being eternal consequences, that would be fine by me, because I know that I've done everything I can to not be an asshole throughout my life. I've always tried to do the right thing by people, and Clang knows I've tried my best, been extremely tolerant, turn the other cheek and all the rest of that sort of business, taken a hell of a lot of abuse, pain and punishment over the years. And really would have rather for a much more amicable outcome in a lot of circumstances. But, when you're dealing with unreasonable and irrational people, sometimes that's just not the case. The person that is being reasonable and rational is the person that ends up compromising and bending until their back breaks. Like, actually quite literally in some circumstances, so... Like, I didn't break my back, that's not why I'm crippled either, just in case you're wondering. I'm crippled because my knees are knackered, my hips are pretty stuffed from a lot of difficult circumstances regarding previous employment choices and also the treatment at which I got. I wish that the people that put me in those positions that wound me up being the way I wanted, or like the way I currently am, end up feeling the exact same pain as what I'm feeling constantly every day. That would be fitting, because I told them that this was going to happen, because they were actively causing me significant harm, and I was forced to do it anyway, and if I didn't like it, I could quit. So, to those people that have left me like this, I want to say a big, you can go and do the things that I've told you to do many times. And yeah, one day I hope you feel the same way, because I might not be the person to go and issue that out to you, but I am pretty spiteful and mean-spirited when it comes to people not receiving consequences for their actions and behaviours and the detriment that they can cause and the destruction they can cause to other people's lives. So yeah, I wish I was a little more religious, because I could take a quantum of solace in the concept of they're going to get what's coming to them. That might sound dark, but at the same time it's like, well, I'd like for the world to be a fair place in some way or another. Have it not be all entirely dog eat dog. But, that's just me being old and grumpy now. Old, grumpy, crippled, etc. Rehashing the days of my former glory when I could actually go and do some pretty extraordinary things. At least I got stories to tell. Now, I reckon if I was to chance it, I'd still fail. So, I think we're just going to crawl along here till we get right above it. Hopefully we can get it up to around 10% before we get back there. We'll also, because we're chewing up the ice, if we have a look at our inventory, all our ice production things are going to be chockers. So actually, if we go ice here and ice there, we might be able to drop some weight by shifting all the ice into the O2H2 generators, because I think it comes up registering lower. I don't know, it could be wrong. Like, it shouldn't work like that, but I think it does. So you can lose, like, you know, several tons of mass in that manner. Because we're going by volume of ice, so let's pull these things out because they're full. Now we can jam a little more in there, because I think they take about 10 tons of ice, a little over. Can't put steel tubes in there, don't be silly. That one's nearly full anyway, but jam it all right up. Okay, that's getting annoying. That one's... Let's see if we can pretend, or at least make it think we've got less than we actually do. Yeah, they're all pretty chockers. This music kind of reminds me a little bit of Scatman John. Does anybody remember that? That's a negligible amount, if anything. Oh, and by the way, there should be no concerns with copyright infringement. I said it's kind of got the feel of Scatman John. It's not actually, like, it's just something that popped into my head. It does not sound like any of Scatman John's music. I don't want to end up creating a situation like what happened with Men at Work when they had a song that sounded like that Kookaburra sitting on in the old Gum Tree song. Sounded like Man Down Under. They ended up getting sued for copyright infringement or some stuff like that. Which one of the guys from Men at Work actually said, because this is an iconic song, like in its own right, but there was a part in there I think played with the pan flute where someone said, "Oh, it sounds like this on the radio," and yeah, then the person who wrote the song said, "I own the copyright to that, and I think I can get some money out of this." And they ended up winning a court case where, yeah, now they get paid royalties off of it. The guy from the Men at Work said, "Dude, I don't even know where we got the inspiration from that song from, because we were so stoned at the time." But yeah, like I think this copyright infringement thing has been taken way too far. That's a perfect example of it getting taken way too far. That's why I'm not really interested in putting my own music up here. Like, there was a time where, like, I have put my own music up on YouTube a couple of times before under a different channel. And it was all original. It's all entirely 100% original by me, except for the songs where I did a couple of covers. And the covers, like, you know, I didn't receive any money for it, and I don't really expect to, so like, yeah, there was no monetization there. I just put it up there because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna write some music today. I'm gonna make a video and put a motorcycle ride that I went on to it, and so on and so forth. or other whatever. I think my kids are the only ones that watch those videos. But yeah, there's proof that your dad was a rock star, so... Oh, and by the way, yeah, I can't sing to save my life. That's why, yeah. Like, I did sing a few songs when I was playing in the band, but it was more of a, like, yelling and winding the audience up. Like, I could do Rage Against the Machine real good, even though I wouldn't really want to go and cover that sort of stuff anymore. Whoa. Didn't see that one coming. That was nearly a disaster. I'll zoom out a little bit. Okay, we're up to 7%. How far have we got? 50 something Ks. Yeah, the only reason why I'm crawling along like this and not doing a jump is because I don't know if we're going to have enough fuel to get back down there safely. But what just happened is the exact reason why I left the engines on. It's like the asteroids are aiming for me. They're all upset because I went and dug holes in all their buddies. It's just like Crater Face from Futurama. Except they didn't leave a beer bottle jammed in his eye like Bender did. Unknown signal. I wonder if anybody else is on. Nope. I'm alone in the universe. Yeah. For all those that are not B-Dub, B-Dub was telling me, or like, yeah, I saw a server. Like, I'd never seen anything like it before because I live in Australia. But yeah, there's a server with stacks of people all in this one place, like all in one of the stations and stuff like that. And it's like, holy crap, this is what a proper full server looks like. I've never seen anything like that. I don't know if we've got internet capable of doing like that, anything like that in Australia. Like hundreds of people playing all in the same place, like same server. Like, could be. Might have a look around. At some of the other servers. One of the other servers I've seen is Horizons, like over here, where you can have they have 100 players on it. I think I might go and have a look at that one day. Maybe even do another startup stream over there and try to make it a little bit more focused. This to me, like, well, this is the first live stream type deal I've ever done, so yeah, thanks for coming along with the practice run for me, so to say, in trying to help out new players. Like, I know that we've gone well on a tangent now, and we're sort of like following the evolution of where it takes us from here. And yeah, like, as like you would have seen in the first few episodes, like I nearly smacked into an asteroid just then, just spacing out talking about something random. Previously, when I smacked into an asteroid, I was like improving the ship and stuff like that, and like that would have been the same sort of deal. Would have annihilated myself pretty awesomely. Okay, we'll just roughly point ourselves in the direction we want to go. Actually, we'll aim a little up higher, so we are still a fair way off. So if we keep heading up this way, that way if we've fallen straight down, we can just cut the engines and not burn up any fuel on the way over there, or on the way down. As you know, we still got, like, what is it, 40 kilometers is going to take us. fair amount of time at 100 meters a second. So, and we don't want to be fighting gravity the whole way down. So, yeah, we're in the gravity well now. So we'll just cut the engines. And what we'll do is set up the once we get back down on the ground, we'll set up a docking sort of port on what's now Marty's ship, which is all the refineries and stuff like that down there. So all the stuff that we've got on board, like the 2 refineries I have will be refining stuff, but also the refineries, the 8 refineries there, we'll just smash through it all. So that way I'll be able to pull all of the stuff out of that much quicker. I mean, that was the whole purpose for it being built in the first place. It's just extremely unfortunate that the cargo containers that we were going to reattach got destroyed due to incompetence on behalf of the pilot trying to carry them. Well, more to the point, it was the engineer's fault in that circumstance, because the craft that was used to do the carrying was not. He's given the pilot was given the okay from the engineer, because the engineer said, yeah, no, I reckon she'll be right, mate. Turns out the pilot discovered that was not the case. The most unfortunate thing about it is that the pilot and the engineer were the same person, so that's why you shouldn't be in 2 minds about what you're doing. There was a story of a king that asked for a political or financial advisor with only 1 arm, and when questioned about it, he said, well, one thing that really shits me about political advisors, whether they be financial advisors, economic advisors, or diplomatic advisors and all the rest of that, they say, well, on the one hand you've got this, on the other hand, can't do that if he's only got 1 arm. Although I think the cruelest joke evolution played on men is that we're not given 3 hands, so that way we could turn the pages in the magazine while we're doing something else. I'll let you put 2 and 2 together with that one. Does it make 5? Nope. It's not 1984. It just feels like 1984. It's still increasing our fuel supply as we are plummeting. So yeah, like I said, hopefully we'll get up to 10%, because I think that will be that'll give us enough with a margin of error for being able to pull up and then land, hopefully. But I'm gonna try slowing down as soon as we get close to 1G. I'm gonna see how long it takes to slow down, because I don't actually know how long it's going to take us to slow down with 7 million kilos with the amount of thrusters that we have. Because what do we got? 10. So the theory is, and also I think my maths is wrong, should be able to lift 10 million kilos, because I think they were supposed to be a meganewton each, which is at 1g. It has the ability to change the direction of, like, 1 newton is 1 kilogram, can change the direction, or change delta v is equal to 1 meter per second, which is change in velocity. I think, I don't know, it's like late in the evening or early in the morning here, and yeah, like I wouldn't try to go to space with the maths that I'm dishing out right now, just in case. You might want to recheck the formula book. Get a little black book, the engineer's little black book. That thing is gold. I used to use that thing all the time because it's full of all kinds of handy things like drill feed rates and angles and all sorts of other interesting things, thread pitch guides and all that sort of stuff. Highly recommend buying the engineer's little black book from like good tool shops. So I have used it many times. It's got me out of a bind, like even when I was doing lathe work and stuff like that. I mean, I had a much more comprehensive, the engineer's manual and stuff like that as well, like for all sorts of other things like tooling and whatnot. But yeah, the little black book was a good go-to. It was actually also really well built too. It was printed on this plasticky type paper that, yeah, it was very good for it. You could just wipe the grease off it. It was brilliant. At least the one I had was. Anyway, we're going to fire up our thrusters now, and actually start heading in the direction we want to go. We're not slowing down. Are we changing direction? Yes. Albeit very slowly. Okay. Come on. Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. Oh no. Oh no. I just killed everyone. Oh, why do I do this? I don't know what to say. Well, they're gonna find out when they watch the stream. Guess I'm rebuilding the ship from scratch, and everybody's gonna find out why they're all dead. Oh, what a dopey thing. Should have given it more time and carried less stuff. Freaking heck. Okay, what have I got on me? I don't know how I did not die. I reckon that lag is playing a part in all of this. Accursed.
Inventory full.
Ah. That should not have happened. And cue the dummy spit. Yeah, there is something weird going on. Because, like, I'm getting thrown around all over the place. What the hell is that? Platinum.
Inventory full.
Okay, I need to make a med kit. Or med bay. I could have crashed closer. I picked up the silver so I can make a survival kit or a med bay or something. The guys will know why I did that. The guys won't know why I crashed. I really thought, yeah, nah, I was gonna make that because I don't know why I couldn't slow down. I gave myself stacks of time, I thought, and it just wasn't gonna happen. Sorry, Marty. Sorry, B-Dub. I just destroyed my ship again and killed everyone in the process. So, yeah, that was super incompetence for the win there. Anyway, chuck everything into here. And we want... Do we have... Yeah, we have assemblers here, I think. Oh, no, I don't. Ah. The assemblers were on the cargo containers. I just annihilated us. Okay, actually, I didn't want that. I wanted an assembler. Oh, the tragic nature of what just happened is still sinking in. Ah, okay. Do something about it. Don't. Why can't I place this the way I want to? Am I being so dopey? Okay, is there any steel plate in here? Probably not. Yep. Sorry, gonna have to sacrifice it. I can't, I have to build an assembler. Like a full assembler as well. Components could not be deposited because I'm an idiot. Okay, looks like I can make one of those to start with. Where am I going to get interior plate from? How many do I need? I need at least 2 more. Is there any interior plate in that? Yes. Metal grids. I know that there's about 1 million in here.
Inventory full.
Inventory. Whoops. I'm nearly out of hydrogen as well, so turn that off. Ah.
Inventory full.
Come on. Metal grids.
Inventory full.
Okay.
Inventory full.
Oh, come on.
Inventory full.
Okay, that's up.
Inventory full.
Steel plate. Oops. Okay, refinery. No, sorry, assembler. 2. Now, I should have made a note of where I crashed, but come on, really?
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay, pick up everything I dropped in this stupid long grass.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay,
Inventory full.
No more
Inventory full.
doing stuff when I'm tired. 'Cause, yeah, that was appalling. What do I want? 80 construction components. Where the hell am I supposed to get those from?
Inventory full. Inventory
Well,
full.
there was 38. But no, I'm not allowed to pick them up because my inventory's full. Thank you, you very unhelpful lady. Why don't you tell me something I want to hear, like, oh, things aren't that bad. Oh yeah, that's smart. Go and mess yourself up real bad, and you ask someone to lie to you.
Inventory full.
Friggin' motors. If I didn't have them, I'd be cursing them.
Inventory full.
What is there? 310. Crikey. Ah, you fool. Displays, still more construction components.
Inventory full.
Okay, I got some construction components out of that. I don't know where I'm going to get the displays from. Oops. Drop everything. Okay, where's the hydrogen tanks? Really? You're gonna make me go underneath? Are you kidding? Oh, that's gonna suck. Okay, I think it was this way. Actually, yeah, no, I'm not gonna make it back there. I'm gonna have to make the basic assembler. Make the components I need. What a dumb thing to do. I still need displays. It's like, what the hell? No displays in that. How many did I use up in this? One. I need all those computers. Oh jeez, I had no chance of making that. Oh no. We're screwed. Oh well, it looks like we're going to be doing a restart from the Earth place. But shit. Well, there's power here. We have stuff here. We got the GPS for here. So we're gonna have to try to figure out how to get landers back here, because there is nothing I can do that's gonna be practical. Because I can't, without stripping so much stuff. Like, I don't want to strip those batteries down. And yeah, I don't have enough hydrogen in my tank to get back. I just screwed us. I'm sorry, guys. By crashing my ship like a right tool, we have been left up the creek without the paddle. And I think I'm gonna have to fix it tomorrow. I think we're gonna have to yeah, fly space pods back here. Like we'll just start a spawn on Earthlight World. I killed me friends. I knew I needed more motors or more rockets and shit. Urgh. The ghost of Isaac Newton has finally got me, and I think I'm gonna have to walk away from this for this evening because I'm way tired and I've got to get up in 4 hours time. Ah, oh, it's tragic. Okay, Marty, B-Dub, if you're on before I am, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wipe you out like that. But all is not lost. B-Dub, if you do get on here... Ah, you are there. Check the gyros for parts. Maybe. I don't know if we got computers in them. Do we still have the gyros on here? No, we've only got 5 computers in each one of those. And no displays. Like, the thing that I need for either one of those assemblers. Because, yeah, I can't make it back with the hydrogen I've got. Because I'm just going to top halfway. And then I'm going to end up having to fly back anyway. Although, I suppose if I do that... Yeah, I'm going to take the bullet. I'm going to have to... I'll drop my tools down here. And then I'm going to fly a respawn pod back. So this is empty, so that I can chuck that out. But I'll chuck... Oh, these... Oh, can I chuck my tools in here? Ah, tragedy. Alright, yep. Okay, I'm gonna take one for the team, considering I caused the failure for the team. And chuck that piddly little hydrogen bottle I got left back in. And I'll fly a respawn pod back. And I'll use the survival kit from the respawn pod to rebuild, because I'll be able to get back here with the GPS. This is my logic behind it. And I'll be able to get everyone able to spawn here by moving that. And once I've got the survival kit up, then yeah, be able to make some of the parts. Well, I'll be able to make the parts for the other thing, so all is not lost. Oh yeah, no, I already took all the displays as many as I could out of, like, Marty put that control platform there. I didn't use a cockpit. There's nothing left of my ship. That was completely totaled and I can't get there anyway. So anyway, what have I got on me? That's all the stuff that I can't fit in there anyway, so I'll drop it here just in case it does hang around. Because, yeah, if I respawn, it's just going to, like, despawn in my body. Alright, here we go. I'm going to try to attempt to recover this. Do I wish to respawn? Yes. Okay, Earth-like drop pod. Respawn. God damn it. That was tragic. Now, how far away am I? Better not have lost all my GPS positions. Nah, don't think I did. Earth crater. Where am I? Okay, F. $77 Ks. I reckon I can do it. Alright, let's see how we go. We're gonna have to reconfigure this stupid little thing. Make all of those things to a group. Save. Landing gears. Gear. And landing gear 4. Alright, can I fly this thing 70 kilometers? Don't know. Beacon, Yeah, that can stay like that. Alright. Now we go into our G menu. And I can't add stuff to my toolbar. Stupid thing. Okay, so gonna go. Oh, hang on, something else I also remembered. There's a gyro on here that's set to be obnoxious. Isn't there? Nope. Okay. Why won't you get out of the damn seat? There we go. I probably can't make a gyro either. Character tools. Okay, the base is not going anywhere. We've got the GPSs for it. None of this stuff is going to have friggin' metal grids in it that I can take out and still fly the damn thing, so... Can I turn this into a seat? Like a flight... Oh. Damn it. I'm struggling to think. Okay, I'm going to use a survival kit, throw a cockpit in here. Yep. Take this stupid thing out. Useless seat that was. I'm a little cranky, but I feel like I'm entitled to be. Dropped a whole bunch of crap down there. What do I need for that? Okay, I need 15 computers, 5 displays, a motor and some steel plate. So production. Motors. I don't remember how many it was. Probably 5. Display 5. There, oh, there's 1 motor, 5 steel plate, 15 computers. So okay. Oh yeah, we want a mountain of gravel. I remember doing this 20 episodes ago. I had a look. I couldn't find it hidden in the menu. I'll have another look. Yeah, I can't see it there. Oh, that's alright. I'm just gonna, yeah, turn rocks into parts. It's like, I can get that going, but the thing that concerns me is not having the gyro. I don't know why there's no gyro. Is this the one that had, yeah, there's a hydrogen thruster down there. Maybe I can, if I can get to that hydrogen thruster. Oh, I can't reach it. Actually, I can dig to it rather than waste a little hydrogen I've got. Although I've got a bottle. But will there be enough metal grids in that? So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the atmospheric ones. Is there enough to make a gyro? I need a large steel tube. I can't make them. Ah. What would have a large steel tube in it? Oh, I had a large steel tube. Awesome. Okay, I need another. So I got that off of the thruster I just tore up. So what else do I need? Motor, 3 computers. I need 2 motors. Actually, I only need 1, but if I try and get all the parts for that. Still need to dig more rocks. Yeah, the thing I really don't want to do is just like have you guys have to spawn wherever and do the same shit, because I feel bad about crashing the ship. Yeah, I thought so too, man. Like, I honestly thought that the survival pod started with a gyro, but turns out, like, because I looked for it, like, you've seen me look for it, unless it's hidden somewhere or it's defective. Maybe I got the drop pod that was built on Friday or something like that, where they've got to put a bit on. That wouldn't surprise me. It's the Monday job where nobody can be fucked doing their job properly because they're still hungover after going out on a pretty wicked bender on Sunday night. Oh no! Postal's drop pod, don't worry about it. We don't need to chuck all the bits on there. She'll be right. He got himself in this situation. He can figure out how to get himself out of this situation. I don't want to do that. I don't care about the bulletproof glass. If I end up having to take a bullet and something else has gone really badly. The hell's going on? dig more rocks. Alright. Now for the sketchiness. Now for the sketchiness. Now to continue the sketchiness. G. Groups. Thrusters. Toggle blocks on. Gear. Switch lock. Okay, this is the jankiest piece of equipment I've tried to fly since the thing that I just crashed into the planet. It is extremely inappropriate for the task which it is about to undertake. And landing gear up and away. Okay, what the hell just happened with that? I think the game's pissed at me. Did you just see that? It's not gonna let me leave. I just want to... I want to go, man. Oi. Oh, why the hell can't I see what's going on? I'm having a horrible time right now. This thing is glitching out and all sorts of shit. Yep, okay. I gotta log off. Nah, I ground off the landing gear because it was like glitching me back down into the ground. Like, yeah, nah, I'm pulling the pin on this. I'm just gonna do it tomorrow. I will Discord you the GPS coordinates if you want to make an attempt to get to the base. Because you'll probably be on before I wake up. Like, because I'm after I drop my son off at, like, it's currently 20 past 1 in the morning where I am, and I'm gonna get up at 5 to drive my son to work. Or actually, I'm gonna get up at like more like 4:30. So yeah, I'm gonna go sleep for a couple of hours, and then yeah. Anyway, I want my GPS coordinates. This is, and I will send that to you in the Discord right now. Paste. I just pasted it twice like an idiot. And yeah, you can have some fun with that. I'm pulling the pin for now. Yeah, nah, like it was definitely lagging out. I think there was something weird going on with it because like I would rise up a bit, it looked like it was gonna fly, and then yeah, just jammed back down. So and put me right back onto the ground. It's like that was really odd. So, but yeah, the base should still be up and going because even though there's no survival kit there, there is power. So I'm pretty sure I put some silver in the refinery as well, but yeah, if you can fly the survival pod there, then we can put a survival kit up, so I think we'll be all good to go there. But yeah, like I think I'm done for the night for certain. Like I should have left it up in space. I was thinking of parking it at an asteroid, but I didn't want to leave you guys up there. Now I've left you guys with nowhere, so yay me, what a champion effort there. Oh well, them's the breaks. Now I can have a look and see what the real struggle's like. Tomorrow is gonna be, yeah, a pretty interesting episode with this. What a burker. But, yep. Anyway. Alright, man. I'm gonna catch up with you later on. And I've fade that on out. And I will end the stream here. So, yeah. Cheers for watching, man. I hope you enjoyed the tragedy so far. It's just been headache after headache. But, yep. Off to bed.